Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to our regular ENT class from Ad-Din Akis Medical College Hospital, Khulna. I am Dr. MD Faisal Abedin, Resident Surgeon, Department of ENT. Welcome to my TR students, Ad-Din Akis Medical College Hospital, 5th year student. Today's topics is epistaxis. It is the very much important topics nowadays and acute emergency of ENT department. At first, I told of you what is epistaxis. You should know about epistaxis, but now I am details discussion about it. Epistaxis means bleeding from nose, nasal cavity, paranasal sinuses and postnasal spaces. The word epistaxis is Greek word meaning dribbling of the blood. We shall call epistaxis bleeding from nose, nasal cavity, paranasal sinuses and postnasal space. Age group, all types of age is suffering from this disease, especially children, adult and old people. Of their life, 60% of the people suffering from these diseases. So epistaxis is the common problem of medical science. Epistaxis may be minor to fatal and life-threatening emergency also. Now we shall discuss the applied anatomy of epistaxis, that means vascular anatomy of nose. The blood supply of the nose is very rich. Both external carotid artery and internal carotid artery supplies to this region. Classification of the nasal blood supply, especially internal carotid artery, two branches are supplied the nose: anterior ethmoidal artery and posterior ethmoidal artery. Of the two branches, which comes from internal carotid artery and supplies the nose, and external carotid artery gives blood supply to the nose. Three branches. Number 1, sphenopalatine artery, greater palatine artery and superior labial artery. Three branches of external carotid artery also supply the nasal cavity, nasal septum. The anterior inferior part of the nose, anterior inferior part of the nose of the septum is the most common site of bleeding. So you should mind it, the most common site of bleeding from nose is anterior inferior part of the septum. Okay, viewers, I have discussed now the etiology, causology. What is the cause, underlying the cause of epistaxis, the very much important cause. First, I say that epistaxis is not a disease but it is a symptoms. So etiology is very much important to this topic is epistaxis. Etiology classified into two groups: local and systemic. Local cause of epistaxis now I have discussed here. Idiopathic, under sub-headline of local cause: idiopathic, trauma, inflammatory, neoplastic, vascular, structural and congenital. So idiopathic cause, there is no cause underlying the epistaxis. This is called idiopathic. But trauma is the important cause of local cause of epistaxis. Trauma means dry ear, foreign body of the nose. Patient induced, that means nose pricking by nail is the important cause. Facial fracture, blunt trauma, and sudden barometric pressure changes, also the important cause of epistaxis. And cocaine abuse, also trauma to the nasal mucosa and causes the epistaxis. Now the second subheadline, inflammatory cause of the epistaxis of our nose. Upper respiratory infection, upper respiratory tract infection including sinusitis, pharyngitis, ethmoidal sinusitis and maxillary sinusitis, allergic rhinitis. It is together called to the upper respiratory tract infection. Allergic rhinitis, the second common most important cause, allergic rhinitis, including acute rhinitis and chronic rhinitis. Vestibulitis, that means inflammatory eruption of the vestibule, anterior portion of the nares is called vestibule. Vestibulitis and granulomatous disease of the nose is also inflammatory causes of the epistaxis, including tuberculosis, leprosy and etc. Neoplastic causes of epistaxis, the benign type of neoplasm and malignant type of neoplasm, also the cause of epistaxis. Vascular cause, internal carotid artery aneurysm. Internal carotid artery pseudoaneurysm is the vascular cause of epistaxis. And hemangioma. Hemangioma is also the vascular cause of epistaxis. And structural causes of epistaxis, that means structural deformity. The most common structural deformity of the nose which is caused the epistaxis is deviated nasal septum, various type of nasal septum deviation, spiral and S-shaped nasal deviation. DNS is important cause of epistaxis which is caused the structural cause. Then congenital defect, vascular anomalies and telangiectasia is the important congenital cause of local cause of epistaxis. Beside this, another cause is iatrogenic, artificial injury, that is called iatrogenic cause, which is important cause of epistaxis. Nasal oxygen cannulation, nasal steroid therapy, post-surgical trauma, the important iatrogenic causes of epistaxis. Now, dear viewers, now the systemic causes of epistaxis including hematological hypertension is the important and systemic causes of epistaxis, including platelet abnormalities, coagulation defect, thrombocytopenia. Hematological cause, it is the systemic variant causology of epistaxis. There are three important causes. Number 1, platelet abnormality, coagulation defect and thrombocytopenia. Systemic inflammation is the another causes of epistaxis, including rheumatic fever, cirrhosis of liver and other systemic disease. And another factors which is the systemic causes of epistaxis including pregnancy, hormonal imbalances, and puberty. These are also causes of systemic causes of epistaxis. Now we shall discuss on today's the management of these topics, especially epistaxis. This is the very much important medical emergency. At first, management the patient condition and including the specific cause by the treatment. At first, management types is history of the presenting illness is very much important. History of the presenting illness of these symptoms called epistaxis. The duration, frequency, and ask the question the patient the severity, frequency, and duration of these symptoms. The most cases anterior bleeding is clinically obvious. In contrast, posterior bleeding may be asymptomatic or may present insidiously nausea, hematemesis, anemia, hemoptysis, and malignancy. Then the second important management point is history to detect the underlying causes of epistaxis. Carefully taking the history to detect the underlying causes of epistaxis. If the patient asks to him any upper respiratory tract infection including sinusitis or rhinitis, about the patient the nasopharyngeal tumor, any nasopharyngeal tumor, that is angiofibroma, papilloma, etc. That the suspected foreign body are in the nasal cavity, to detect the anterior rhinoscopy examination and the drug history, use of any medication regularly that causes the bleeding abnormality, especially aspirin, non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs, warfarin, heparin, and tilcopatin. So these drugs also abnormality to the platelet and causes the epistaxis. Another point is the examination of the patient. You must examine the general condition of the patient, anemia, blood pressure, pulse rate, and total respiratory rate of the patient. If the massive bleeding, intravenous infusion or transfusion may be needed immediately, then identify the cause and treatment the underlying cause correspondingly. So now the amra treatment the specific cause. First, identify the minor bleeding of the nose is hemostasis spontaneously, and 10 minutes grasping the nose to stop the bleeding, then wash out the nasal clot and examine the bleeding point. But in various type of bleeding including epistaxis, massive bleeding, we should need electrical cauterization. Treatment point our these topics is cauterization, nasal packing, adjuvant therapy, and ligation of the blood vessels. Electric cauterization to be practiced to stop the bleeding, and the packing, nasal packing is very much important clinically to stop the nasal bleeding. To the anterior nasal bleeding, anterior packing, nasal packing is two types, anterior nasal packing and posterior nasal packing. Anterior nasal packing is anteriorly applied the cream soaked cotton. If it is not controlled, then we should posterior nasal packing is done, but nasal packing is removed every day to avoid infection. Then the third point of treatment is adjuvant therapy. Adjuvant therapy means the patient should be antibiotic prescription, bed rest and sedation, and other symptomatic treatment should be given. And alternative, the nasal packing should be removed and dressing out and the ligation of the blood vessel. Ligation of the blood vessel is not regularly necessary, but it is sometimes may needed to stop the bleeding from the anterior side. So today's topic is very much important in the contrast of ENT and emergency procedure of our society. So this is the very much important topics we should discuss on today's. I have ended this class and we should read the next class, the disease of the nasal septums. Thank you all of our students.